If you are over 60, what you do after dinner may be more dangerous than it looks.
A quiet evening can hide habits that keep your blood pressure high throughout the entire night.
I am Dr. Eleanor Hart, and I want to help you protect your heart health. Let me tell you about a patient of mine named Carol, whose story might sound very familiar.
Carol had a routine that felt relaxing, but her numbers were telling a very different story.
My blood pressure looks so strange in the evenings, then stays high every single morning. I thought it was just the stress of getting older, or maybe just bad luck.
As a doctor, I have seen this pattern many times in patients who feel they are healthy.
The problem is often not just what you eat for dinner, but what you do afterward. And stay with me, because one common habit is actually working against your vascular health right now.
Habit number 1 is sitting still for the rest of the night after your meal.
A quiet evening sounds harmless, but total inactivity can slow down your circulation and glucose metabolism. Long stretches of sitting make the body feel sluggish and less able to manage blood pressure effectively.
Oakwell. You do not need a hard workout, but light movement can make a massive difference.
Carol was not over-exercising. She was barely moving at all once her dinner had ended. That lack of movement was a significant factor in her nightly blood pressure spikes.
Habit number 2 is using alcohol to wind down in the late evening.
It helps me relax after a long day, so I thought it was healthy.
While it feels relaxing initially, alcohol can cause significant disruptions to your sleep cycle later.
It increases nighttime awakenings and can make blood pressure much harder to control over time.
People focus on the calm at 8 p.m., forgetting what it does by 2 a.m.
Habit number 3 is grazing on salty snacks while watching television after dinner.
This is where many evenings quietly go wrong. The second dinner begins without notice.
Lobazins. Processed snacks and soups can quietly add massive amounts of sodium to your daily intake.
If you already have high blood pressure, this extra sodium is a serious invisible threat.
The problem isn't always one dramatic meal. It is the repeated evening habit of snacking. Carol said she barely snacked, but she wasn't paying attention to the frequency of it.
Habit number 4 is doom scrolling or watching upsetting news late at night. Your body cannot distinguish between a real threat and stress coming from a screen.
When the brain stays activated, the nervous system keeps your blood pressure elevated for hours.
Some people spend 2 hours feeding fear into their systems right before they sleep. Then they are surprised when they wake up with their blood pressure under pressure.
This isn't a sign of weakness. It is a pattern of behavioral routine.
Let me say this clearly. Many adults want control, but their evenings are sabotage. That is not bad luck or old age. That is a routine problem you can fix.
Habit number 5 is skipping or mishandling your medication routine.
I'll take it later. I'm just too tired to deal with it now.
Forgetting doses or taking them at inconsistent times creates dangerous fluctuations in pressure.
Mixing in over-the-counter products without checking with a doctor can also be risky.
Some common cold and pain medicines can actually raise your blood pressure significantly. Never stop or change your prescribed routine without talking to your clinical team first.
Carol kept blaming her body, but the real issue was her treatment habits.
So, what should you do instead to keep your numbers steady?
First, incorporate light movement. A 10-minute stroll can change your circulation.
Next, swap the alcohol for water or herbal tea to protect your sleep.
Be honest about salty snacks. Put them away and choose fresh options instead.
Carol carefully placed the chips deep within the pantry, ensuring they were out of sight. The evening was quiet.
Turn down the stress. Avoid the news and put the phone away early.
Protect your medication routine and take it exactly as your doctor directed. Keep a simple log of your numbers to share with your healthcare team.
Small evening habits shape more than people think. They are your first line of defense.
Now, let me give you the critical red flag warning for emergencies.
Seek urgent care if high blood pressure comes with chest pain or shortness of breath.
Do not wait if you experience fainting, severe headaches, or sudden trouble speaking.
If your blood pressure is repeatedly very high, bring that up with your doctor soon. Patterns of breathlessness or chest pressure at night always deserve medical attention.
When Carol changed her evenings, the pattern of her health became much clearer.
It wasn't perfect, but it was steadier, and she finally felt in control.
She stopped feeding her blood pressure the same bad routine every single night.
If you are over 60, dinner is not the end of your health story. What happens after dinner shapes your night, your sleep, and your numbers tomorrow.
Tell us in the comments, which habit do you think affects your pressure the most? For practical health advice without the nonsense, subscribe to Oakwell today. Protect your heart by choosing better habits every single evening.